All right, y'all. Welcome back to the Extra Curricular, where this tea might burn your upper lip. It is me, Michael, the easiest, the breeziest cover boy.
And it's me, Maya, America's Next Top Stud. And
you ate that.
And it's Cyan. Hey, your Southern Belle.
Yes. All right, y'all. And with that, class is dismissed. No, I'm kidding. We're doing midterm check-ins, y'all. You know, bow.
right before the summertime.
Exactly. So we're going to be getting into a little bit more into our POV of lived experiences in the queer community. Mm-hmm. We feel like it's very important that we showcase who we are in the community and what we bring, rather than just pointing the finger on what's going on in entertainment. I really do feel like that's very important right now. So
with that, class is
no, JK. And with that, class is officially in session.
Not that.
Because you know what? She's smoking before coming in here, and she's real sleepy right now. Understand?
They starting on these hoes down. Look at the fed. They just like, just look at me, bitch.
Well, they need a blanket, y'all. I don't really know.
But remember we were talking about.
Y'all, I need energy so bad right now, but I don't want to drink anything that got like 47 grams of sugar in it.
Exactly. It's like every time I drink something, I have seen sounds for 10 minutes and I crash immediately after, girl.
Exactly.
Wait, it sounds like y'all need something like this.
Ooh, what is that?
It's Clean Cause Yerba Mate. It's clean energy, organic Yerba Mate. It got everything you need. No shade.
Wait. Let me try her.
Come on,
And
get
it
into
tastes
it.
real good. This is the lemonade and tea. You know I love me a good Arnold Palmer.
Oh, this is tea. Wait.
It's the sparkling peach one. They come in sparkling and still.
Okay, wait. This is giving classroom to prove energy. Hold on, I need to buy every single flavor.
Yes, and with that, class is in session.
Powered
Approved by Yerba Mate Clean Cause.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. Get into it.
Oh my God. Let me get one right now.
Thank you, Yerba Mate. We
Yes.
appreciate you and love you at TXC.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. So we're going to get into friends and family now. I think it's really important that we do that really just firsthand, really knowing what the connections we build outside of this are. And just want to get to know my sisters for real, because we never really got to touch on deep things like that.
That's very true.
Yes.
And so, I know you probably have some things you want to bring to this.
Okay, because we all need to get into it. And this was like really important to me. This was like the first thing that I wanted to talk about. Mm-hmm. And it was about like setting boundaries with your parents as you get older and as they get older, and really enforcing them about yourself. I feel like growing up in the South, there was a lot of like pressure on me and my religion and my relationship to my religion. And I feel like being a queer person who moved to New York City, somewhere more liberal, I'm always at battle sometimes with my parent, my mom. Like, and I'm just like, I get it though, but she grew up in a different time.
Right.
She comes from a different place. But like, even me, doing yoga and her having like, being like, it's devil worship because it's not of God. And I'm just like, yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, okay, because, it's more of a spiritual thing.
Yeah. And I bring God into the room when I practice, because it's a
sure.
practice for my body as a dancer.
Exactly.
And I'm
You're
doing these
the
things.
bend-in.
Okay, well, I got to be a little bit flexible.
No, I see.
Don't see no shade. If I'm going to pull tricks, I'm going to pull tricks.
Yeah.
Oh, for real.
Yes, and I value it a lot. But growing up, I always had a sense of otherness when it came to that relationship.
Feel that.
Like ostracized or something.
Yeah, because I'm just like, I'm going through this experience. Let me figure it out. And I have questions and I have concerns, but also I'm no longer going to try to appease my parent, my my other people that are in my life, because it's just like we all have our own lane, our own journey. And I just needed to get that out, because I was like, and I want to know how you guys feel about your relationships, if with your parents, being that we're all queer, and that, there's always certain types of relationships that you have with your parents and they try to raise you. So I know I'm having a more difficult time setting those boundaries about what exactly I want. So I'd love to hear your guys' opinion on that too.
Yeah.
I mean,
will say,
anyone,
I will say for that, it's definitely important to cut anybody off for your mental health. Mental health is so prevalent in the queer community.
Yeah.
And, again, going back to being ostracized, that goes back to me as well, being bullied growing up and not having that sense of familiarity, like not being able to see myself within my friends. And it's important to go home and feel seen, you know what I mean? And going back to religion, I went to Catholic schools my whole life. You know what my dad looks like. He's white, my mom is black. And so, it's very different. My dad is Republican. My whole entire family is a Democrat besides him. But it's just things like that. Cutting people off is so important. I love a good snip. No shade. And I just feel like, again, it depends on how you feel seen within that. And for me, in high school, it was very tough. And I look at a lot of people now, very PF. I like to say PF is performative friendships, where they feel like they need to go above and beyond on the surface level, but never really there for you when it comes to like the nitty gritty. And like, when shit is going through the fan, who can you really depend on?
I have a question for you, not to cut you off. I just want to double back on kind of the idea of the boundaries you said.
Yeah.
What, if you don't mind kind of sharing a little bit deeper, what are the boundaries or some boundaries that you had to put in place? I know you said that your father is more Republican. And I know, that could be a whole thing when it comes to politics. People are definitely not afraid to put that in check, but it's kind of a weird dynamic when it's somebody that raised you. So, what would that dynamic look like?
Great question. I will say it's very paradoxical. Like, my father, he cares for us. Republicans don't really care for Black people.
Right.
And if you're a Black person that is a Republican, is very, like, I'm trying to please, the white demographic of people. And so my boundaries currently were growing up, like, I'm going to be gay. I'm going to be gay in my house. I'm going to be gay in this house. I don't care what you feel. And my dad started to understand that. Like, there was an instance where he currently runs a band, and he was like, I'm going to be playing at this gay club that I used to frequent. Just to be like, okay, I see you, you know what I mean, type of thing. But I felt like at that time, because I was very, young-minded, he's trying to, pull my gag. You know what I mean? Like, he's trying to be like, I'm going to play at your spot. I hope you're not there, type of thing. But boundaries, I didn't really have them with my siblings because we're all gay, besides my younger brother. But my older brother is gay. My older sister is gay. My 2 half-sisters are bisexual. My mom is bisexual.
Gotcha.
Or she had bisexual things happening growing up. I'm not going to say she's bisexual. My whole mom. Before she gagged me. But, it's just very important to put those in line, especially, especially when it comes to those friends, for sure. So
I mean, I wanted to add, for me, because we kind of touched on a few different ideas there: boundaries, friendships, how it impact your family as a whole, not just your parents. But for me, kind of going on what you were saying about boundaries, particularly with your parents, for my mom, like, that is the closest knit person to me. So it's just like hard to ever really put a boundary there. Me and my mom clash because he's a Gemini, I'm a Virgo. And I like to say, like, the lesbian child runs the house. No shade. I feel like it's like the lesbian is the man of the house now. Like, I always kind of was like that, had that dynamic where I was always more dominant, have aggression. But at the end of the day, I'm an image of my parents. So it's like, when me and my mom, she be trying to, like, we kind of go at it. I'm like, I'm just, an image of you, really. Like, you're not going to win this
reflection
battle.
of you,
So I'm like, it's really never anything too serious. But I think I more so feel misunderstood sometimes. And I would have to, like, really explain it to her. And my mom could kind of, like, not understand because she really does go above and beyond. So when it comes to the clashing, I just be like, you know what? That's my mom. At the end of the day, I'm not trying to win this battle against my mom either. But I am still navigating like what that boundary would look like. But until I'm fully out the house, I don't think it would be in place for real.
Yeah, no, that's
And I don't really want to leave my mom yet because she is now, a widow, and I just kind of feel a feeling of just safety over her.
Yeah.
So that's also comes into play with the boundaries.
Yeah.
Like, let's have our boundaries, but I am here for you. You're here for me. So kind of just navigating that for real.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that too, because I know for me, like I would tell people like I would talk to my mom every day, every single day. They'd be like, what? I'm like, I know some people who don't. They'll go days without it.
Yeah, I don't know.
So it's like, I understand what you mean, like where to put the boundaries and also be like, that is my mother, because my mother also was widowed. So I feel that kind of safety net around that too, because I'm like, well, this is like, that experience is so, like, whole thing with grief is just, it's crazy.
We're gonna get into it deeper.
Yeah, but,
Yeah,
I hear you in that aspect, because I'm like, yeah, I talk to my mom every day, even though there's some things that need to be, solved or in our relationship a little bit.
Do you guys think growing up in like high school and things like that really sculpted how you outlook like boundaries and things like that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like in general with my relationships, friendships, things like that.
Yeah.
I would say high school like definitely created a foundation there. I would say honestly my middle school like experiences shaped it first, because I was low-key I think grown in middle school.
What?
Oh my God, I think I remember you saying
It wasn't
that.
really junior high. Like that was my high school experience. I feel like my high school was just too crazy. If anybody know 217, it's crazy.
Shout out to 217.
Oh, no, literally.
No, but yeah, I genuinely feel that, because that was also the moment where I was like coming out in a way.
Right.
Because I knew who I was in elementary school. I didn't know verbiage for it. I kind of just liked anything.
Yeah, I remember you saying that like STEM and
like presentation wise, I was really like a STEM.
Yeah.
I put a name on it, but since elementary, like literally 5 years old, I kind of knew I had a liking to any gender. Didn't have a preference or anything. And then kind of founded that in middle school. Because guys was trying to date me, and then I was like, okay, sure. And then I would be like, well, I'm going to go cheat on you with this girl.
Right.
And me and the guy would never do anything. I over here, they salty because, men, like, well, little boys at the time, they would feel a little ego issue.
Yeah, egotistical, like very big-headed. Yeah.
Cheating on me with a girl, type of energy. And yeah, I don't know. In general, it kind of made me put up a wall in a way to the world, because I kind of felt like an outcast sometimes amongst my friends.
Right.
And then even as I got older, understanding my identity to being genderqueer and really just kind of navigating that in the home space as well. I was going to get into that. Kind of like my coming out experience to my family wasn't actually that crazy, because they were very supportive, even though I come from a traditionally Guyanese household. On my mom's side, for at least. My father, he from Harlem, so like... He kind of seen it all. He kind of, he just wanted to hear it from me. But I will say it wasn't even the coming out about my sexuality that I felt like was a big deal. It was more so me telling them about me being genderqueer and pronouns and things like that kind of conversation coming out. So that is a whole nother battlefield. But yeah.
Oof. And you came out in middle school?
Yeah, they're like 12, 13.
Oh, wow. Me too.
But everybody knew.
Me and one of my friends did it.
Yeah.
He was like, let's just come out. But that changed high school too, so I get it. That's why I'm like, middle school, it really opened things up socially, coming out at that young of an age, because I'm like, but even then, niggas was still niggaing. Oh, I had the bros that I used to know since I was a child, the straight dudes, and then all of a sudden, they slowly start to just wean out of their lives, and then my girlfriends that I had were really more supportive.
Got you.
And then we speak to the friendship, like, in the thick of it. I mean, maybe they didn't have the language for it,
right?
But there could have been a difference between supporting me in that experience, trying to find myself at that age. But yeah,
heard. I don't think. Well, I do know that high school did sculpt the way I look at things, but honestly, I know it's going real crazy right now for her, but Nicki Minaj really helped me during those times,
Nicki.
her music's great, her political view maybe not be as great, but Yeah, I didn't know the verbiage for it either, but me doing the beat to some of her songs at the cafeteria, people wanted to gravitate towards me until I started, being a little bit more flamboyant. Then I started to get ostracized and, things thrown at me. Mind you, this is high school. So I'm like, me going home, my mom asking me if I'm gay or not. I had to tell her I'm bisexual, whole thing, because they can't take it. At that time, they couldn't take me being gay.
Right.
Also a platinum gay. But didn't want to put that out there.
Yeah.
Hello. But yeah, what was that? No, for real. I really, if it wasn't for high school, for my best friend, I don't know if I would be here today, you know?
Love it.
Yeah. I just feel like the things I was doing to myself, unfortunately, were because of the place I was in. But yeah, so something else I wanted to touch up on is the stigmas in the community. I feel like there's a lot of stigmas here where, whether you're in the Black queer community or just in the community in general, it's getting weird, y'all. I don't know, but we want to touch base on that. But Amaya, I'm going to let you rock that one first.
No, Shan trying to pour some up.
Yeah, you get that. That's my thing.
I got to pour for this one.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
This has been something that has always been a stigma, particularly in the lesbian community, for mass presenting folks. This idea of the bisexual stud, right? And so that in itself, the term, I think a lot of people find it contradicting, which I kind of fall into that too, because I feel like the word stud has always been exclusively for, first of all, Black mask-presenting lesbians. So, then we made it so that was inclusive for Latinx folks. But now kind of extending it, calling someone a bisexual stud, that's fine if you have, attraction to both genders and anything of that nature, but you wouldn't necessarily be classified as a stud. And it's not to make it this exclusivity thing, but it's genuinely like the history and the power that the word stud held, or even, dyke or butch for other cultures. It really stood into that lesbianism aspect. And I think that, let's not try to mess with history in that way.
Right.
Because we already have different categories, if you will, for a stud. Like I would be a non-binary stud because I don't necessarily exclusively hold into being a woman.
Right.
So that's okay. But the idea that, you're someone that is bisexual and then claiming to be a stud, that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah.
So that's a stigma because even Easy, I kind of mentioned her before.
JoJo Siwa, I feel like they just switching into like
it's
ball game.
Okay.
I don't really understand what's going on.
When did that term start to come about?
I think it's really this generation. I feel like I've been hearing that within the past 2 years.
Okay.
So it is something fairly recent. And the community's in an uproar about it, and I see why. You feel me? But I feel like that kind of meshes into, in a way, the stigmas of, in your community, the gay men community, like not necessarily wanting a feminine presenting man.
Yeah, I will say to butt off of that, stigma for queer men or, in general.
Maybe male presenting.
That the stigma is like, if you're too flamboyant, we don't want you.
That part. Sick of that.
I feel like that's crazy because the whole point of being gay is to express yourself and, being able to express yourself freely. Now that could be contradicting because maybe somebody wants to express himself more straight passing. But who's going to be the gay one? You know what I mean? I'm just like, what's the point of not being, not flamboyant, but like, give me a little ooh-ah sensation. I feel like, why is everybody trying to be straight passing? We're trying to please
it's the patriarchy,
heteronormative eye. And I'm just like, why are we trying to do that? The whole point of me being gay is because I like dick. The fuck?
Exactly.
And I feel like if you're both trying to be straight passing, I don't know. I just feel like that flamboyant thing, like, oh, that's a check. Like
no femmes.
Yeah, no
femmes. No
but then it
femmes.
goes back
all of
to
that.
the bedroom every time I notice.
Yeah.
In this, are you first? Are you top? Are you bottom?
Yeah.
It's like very much like you're exclusively looking for one thing.
Exactly.
It's like why can't people be fluid? Like we keep going back to this, like, why can't people be fluid?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
they want people to fit into these boxes of this heteronormativity,
So bad.
this binary way, just constant. It's like, damn, the fucking queer community was meant to just live their fucking life.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. See?
No. Like Loki lost the plot. Then like you go on dating apps, right?
Yeah.
First thing people say, not even a hi, top question mark, bottom question mark,
Or
or
pics. Ooh, don't get me started with this.
I'm like, dang.
Started. They be like dick, top, bottom, height. Like, damn, I didn't know I was at the airport, y'all.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
they be like trying to scope me out. I don't know.
What's your blood type? Like,
like, are we a match?
And then it just like we immediately have to go into these categories in order to have conversations with people. And that kind of sort of like what we do in America in itself. And as queer people, right, we operate outside of the system that has oppressed us.
Yep.
So why are we trying to, do we all fall victim to it because we just do? Because I don't like that identity shit. Like maybe
I just want to be me.
And then
Metamorphosis, Hillary
things
Duff.
might happen.
Okay.
You never know. Trying to predict, we try, but it doesn't go into that space. But
Yeah, no, it's aggravating. Trust me. I got 900 missed messages on Jack. Shout out to Jack. But it's
900?
It's just all pics. Unlocked album. Bottom,
I want to
top.
see Michael on tracks pop the balloon.
Yeah, yo, tracks. Hello. Let's get on there. Because the last thing we posted, that thing was tea. Why was they all laughing at him like that?
They be going.
The sexual position. Let's just get to it.
I'm a verse.
Yo.
wait, but would you do the popping or would you have your balloon?
I would do the popping.
Oh.
And I'm not going to pop on somebody if they're flamboyant. I love a flamboyant man.
Ooh.
At the end of the day, keyword man.
Ooh.
Like, I like
it's
men.
okay
Like,
to have
what?
your preferences, but then
Right.
Yeah.
into
When you get too much, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
what's the point?
I don't know.
Shout out to the Verse Kings, though. Because what? Ain't no shade to the Verse Kings. I could be, I don't know.
Right.
But
Be
you never
who
know.
you
Be
are.
who you are for your pride. But what are you bringing into the stigma, Cyan?
Okay, I wanted to talk about basically, I mentioned the identity of being the bottom, right?
Yeah.
And the top. But as I was growing up in my experience, I had my mother and my father in my household.
Okay.
And I really valued that. I had a close relationship with my father and my mother.
Yeah,
They supported me in everything. Low-key, you know how sometimes people who grow up in the South, there must be like, there's some strictness to it. And I'm like, yes, there was strictness in terms of like the Bible and everything. But, sometimes I would be like, I like to write. I used to dance and have a t-shirt on my head.
Yeah, there you go.
In church, trying to shout. So like, it was just all these aspects of queerness beside, with what me and my sister grew up in, which was oddly enough, like they kind of led to what we want. But then like, we didn't listen to secular music growing up. It was really gospel, maybe their old school R&B. But these ideas that like, wait, if you're gay, you don't have a, father in the house, or where was your mother, or you don't have this loving thing. And I'm like, why can we stop that narrative? Because there's queer people out here who do have, even if it's like a sort of amount of love, it doesn't mean that there's always this hardship or that my father wasn't in my life, or I don't have this masculinity that my father instilled in me. Like I have done that.
Yeah.
I have proof of that.
Issue.
Yeah.
Even if it may not be your version of it. As a queer person, this is what my father meant to me in this aspect. But having these things of like, you're gay, there must be something happening. No, I grew up in the church.
Hello.
Yeah, they be thinking there's something wrong with the parents.
Yeah.
Something at home.
Right. And I'm like, that's tired.
Negative thing.
Yes.
Let's make that clear.
And people be thinking being gay or lesbian or anything of that nature is a choice. No. It's just like how you're. Yeah, it's like no. I'm gonna put that on the screen. No,
no.
Yeah, it's not a choice. We're born this way. Shout out to Lady Gaga on that song, but we are born this way.
Like no corny shit.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just feel like it's really repetitive. Mm-hmm. It's the same shit every time.
Every time, and I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm like, it's so upset because I'm like, have we not learned anything? Literally anything from people who show up. Like, when Duran Bernard and, his father was there with him at the Grammys, everybody was acting like, this is some revolutionary
But that's what I was going to say.
thing.
Like, it's not even just about the queerness. It's particularly Black
Right.
queer people. They're gonna say that about, and particularly when it's the men, because obviously, let's go back to even crime rates and how they only go for Black men. You know how much Black men are incarcerated, things like that. They always go back to the Black man. They want to break down the Black man.
Yeah.
And it's like, if the Black man is a little feminine, he got to be gay. No, a Black man can cry. Let him, you know what I'm saying? So it's always goes back to that. And then it's that, what was your father like? And what was the household like?
Exactly.
Let the person just have their own experiences. If they had any traumas, that's fine. But trauma doesn't equal to why you were gay.
Yes.
Is there any other stigmas you want to bring?
No, I actually mentioned mine too.
Yeah. I wanted to bring one more, actually. There's a stigma right now in the community that has to do with friends having HIV. I've been seeing a lot on, again, a lot of the gay apps where they're like, are you clean? I don't like that. Like, I feel like just because you have HIV, does that mean you're dirty? I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. And I'm not speaking on it from experience, but like, I will say, like, a lot of people will ask me on those apps, like, hey, are you clean? Do you have HIV? Or are you undetectable? I'm like, there's medication out there right now that if anyone were to have HIV, there's medication for you to be undetectable. So, like, meaning like it's not in your bloodstream or in your system, essentially, where they can pull it up on, in your blood work. So I'm like, I don't know, that whole word clean, I've been hearing that since who knows how long. And I'm just like,
really?
Yeah.
I only knew about it coming into New York.
Really?
That's when I first heard that term.
Okay.
I didn't know about that.
So what was your experience? So like when you was at home, nobody would ever like ask you that, or that wasn't something that was...
No. Well, because for me, there wasn't that many queer people for me in that time. Like I only knew certain people that were actually at my school that were gay. So like maybe like junior, I mean, we knew about HIV and stuff like that, but that term clean, asking someone, I wasn't on dating apps like that. The only time I got into sort of a relationship with another person, it was kind of like these straight DL men who were gay, wanted to be a secret. And that whole complications too, right?
Sure.
So it wasn't until New York when I was on these dating apps and I was seeing the lingo of being clean, dirty.
It's just
where
so
I was like,
crazy.
whoa, like
clean? Are you
Are you clean?
like wearing like sin or it's like what?
I don't know. It's just getting spooky, for real. Because like the word, I don't know, that it just ticks me off a little bit because I'm like, so when you speak to somebody that has HIV, what do you have a mask on? Like,
what are you,
like, you know what I mean? Are we in a hospital? Like, is this person like dirty? Do they got coronavirus? Like, what's really the vibe? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, I feel like we're all trying to segregate each other to see who's at the top of the hierarchy, but we're really all at the bottom.
That's the gag.
We focusing on
that was a mic drop.
You know what I mean? I did, but I just feel like it's very important to have everybody feel inclusive. Again, I say this almost every episode. We're on the same boat.
On the same boat.
We all trying to row to get somewhere. And I feel
they
like,
don't think so. They on their high horse. They want to feel better than somebody. So knowing something negative about you is ultimately to make themselves feel good.
So what are you gonna do? You gonna push me off the boat? Like, it just don't make sense. I just feel like
they gonna leave you to drown.
It's just crazy. Like, why are we all going against each other?
Push off the boat.
I don't know. It's just very aggravating to me because it's almost like a spectacle for the heteronormative eye. Like, oh, they fighting against each other. Let's get some popcorn and see what's going on. Like, they want to see us fail.
Fumble.
All aspects. There's a whole bigger picture.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know. You literally, I'm not even gonna get into it like that. No, okay.
We clean. Y'all like, hello?
Yo, shout out. Nah, the Yerba may clean you out, girl. Heavy on the clean.
Yes. Okay, because I had some of that blueberry and I was like,
okay. Over here if you drinking
That's
clean
why I
Yerba
can't drink too much. No shame. I do love y'all, but y'all clean the inside.
Okay. Hey, if you gonna put the word on the label, right?
Come on,
but I want to go into something else, right? I know we got into it.
Yeah.
It's about these experiences in the community, but I also wanted to like talk about our own journeys and how we got here. I feel like there's certain things about each of our journeys that we haven't necessarily shared, but how do we get to this moment?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. Who wants to go first? Yeah.
I'll go start first. My journey is it's a great journey now. I feel like it was a roller coaster growing up, trying to find out who I was, trying to, find friends that will help me in that aspect and that journey. You guys know me as very standoffish. Like I can have a mean mug.
Okay.
And I don't say anything unless spoken to.
Really?
But once, right. But once you get to know me, it's this bitch is too whimsical. This bitch is, they like to have a good time and shit like that. But it wasn't like that growing up, Unfortunately, I was cutting myself due to high school reasons and, getting shit thrown at me at school, being ostracized, Yeah, and it was really tough for me. And the only person I could really look to was my mom. Gotcha. Unfortunately, she was there for me when I feel like nobody really was. And even my dad, he wanted me out at 18. And that was due to, my grades. But the thing is my grades were low because I felt like I can't be in school. There was points and times, as a sophomore even, I was sitting at tables by myself in the cafeteria. And it's a really spooky moment. And I did baseball with my school and I was never off of the bench, but I played baseball for 15 years, you know what I mean? And I didn't feel family in that situation, being pushed around, things like that. It just got really tough. And at the time I was living in Boston, I was living in the same room as my little brother and we're both men, So like trying to grow up and understand who we are as a person was really tough. I was gay. He wasn't, I would come in the room with certain things on and, I felt like that bothered him. Shout out to my little brother though. We are in some of the best spots right now, but at that time it wasn't really good.
Gotcha.
I just wanted to run away, unfortunately, and that's what brought me to New York City. I was a vet tech back in Boston, but I went to school for a little bit for that and did that. But when the pandemic happened, I was just like, I felt like I was in a cul-de-sac. Like everybody knew who I was. You know what I mean?
Got you.
Yeah.
Now here it feels even smaller because, again, going back to PF, performative friendships, I have nothing but that. I feel like a lot of the people that I surround myself with, unfortunately, it feels when something just feels off.
They just put it's for show for them.
Almost. I don't know how to describe it, but like I know it when I feel it. You know what I mean? Even in where I live currently, I feel like it's very PF, and I don't want to put them on the spot, but that's just how I feel.
Ooh.
It's very important for me.
Okay.
Again,
This Prosecco hitting y'all.
No, but that was like, I'm not putting it on the spot, but go ahead. Let me get that.
And it's not no shade. Yeah. It's just, I just
That's
feel
real.
I just feel I need to protect my mental health. I know how important it is for me because I'm at a space right now where, bitch, I can look at you and the next day you will never hear from me again.
Oh, hell yeah.
Where
That's that Earth sign shit.
I feel like I was trying to reach, like, why aren't you my friend? Why aren't you? Da-da-da. I'm just sick of that. I'm too grown.
Nah, yeah, that's that Earth sign shit.
I got bills to pay. My fucking gas bill is overdue. Hello?
Oh.
Sponsor us here. Let's
get on my level.
But you know what I mean? It's just shit like that. So, but yeah, how about your journey, Amaya?
Yeah.
This is a good question. So I feel as though my journey right now, if I really just kind of look at the most recent years, because I like to say the past 4 years of my life really just changed me in general. Granted, I went away to school. I just went to Connecticut, not too far, but a little bit away from home just to get a difference. In that journey, my mom was diagnosed with cancer. Prior to that, my father he then went into remission. She got it when I was freshman year of college. So it was really tough. I don't want to really cry about it. But
she's good now, though.
My mom is good now.
Yeah.
I forget how many years she's in remission, but I think it's going on 4. Wow. But my father then, his cancer came back. And cancer actually doesn't run in my family, by the way.
Wow.
It just was something that kind of just came. I mean, I forget the percentage or ratio that is in Black men, but that, it got into my dad for prostate cancer, particularly. And it came back and it came really vicious. And I feel like the hospital neglected him. That he was in. So let's get into that.
Okay.
The medical system failing Black people.
Yes.
Black men. And unfortunately he passed away in 2024 February. So that whole thing just kind of shaped me in general. Like going back to friendships, like I do feel that performative friendship thing because it really revealed, if you will, how everybody would start moving around me later on. And I'm to myself anyway, so it wasn't really nothing, but it showed some certain people, they gave me little flowers, kind of gave their condolences. But after that, what is it giving after that? Like, you came for a little season just to show that you cared, quote unquote, but who are you after that? So, but I'm also a low maintenance friend. So I think a lot of people kind of see that and they be like, okay, mine's going to be okay.
Good. Yeah.
I think you kind of mentioned something like that where it's like, being that happy-go-lucky friend all the time and people seeing that as, okay, well, they're going to be fine. Like, everything's going to be okay when it's their low moment. Like, I'm not always going to light your room up. Like, granted, I mean, I'm a star, but I'm not going to...
Clark, hello.
I'm not the dance monkey dance. Like,
right.
Because
the Black token friend.
I don't like that shit.
Oh, you goofy, funny, make me laugh. But then when I
need somebody to do that for me, where you at?
Nobody to lean on for real. So oftentimes I just went through a moment in terms of my relationship too, my love relationship, where I really had to stop my bullshit and lock it in because the woman I'm with now, I genuinely feel like she was there for all my low moments.
Shout out to her.
Yes, literally. Shout out.
I'm about to cry because this shit got me fucked up.
I thought Michael was gonna cry. No, I held mine in because I couldn't do it.
Okay. But she generally seen me for who I am. So it's like, regardless, thank you.
Thank you, yes.
Damn, this big ass. I am crying.
Literally.
Okay. It didn't even drop. All right, boom. So we back. Yeah, she saw me for who I was. And so, thank you. You gotta see the person for who they are. So, like, no matter the bullshit that we go through or we've went through, I genuinely, like, that's my baby. Like, y'all gonna come to the wedding, no shit.
Where's it gonna be?
Oh,
I was thinking about eloping, but I do want people there.
Oh, where? No,
the world.
The world. Have you in the world?
The world.
Nah, I know we're gonna have our honeymoon in Bora Bora though. That's what I can share. I don't want to talk too much because bad eye.
Okay.
Bad mind though.
Okay.
But shit, I think I had something else to say, but it just cleared.
Oh no, that's okay.
Yeah, literally.
You got it off your chest.
I love that. I love that you recognize that.
I feel like my journey right now is just really, now that I graduated, coming back and putting the pedal to the metal on my brand, my clothing brand. I've been cooking on that since I was 15.
Hello.
Come on.
So when we had Kingsley here last week, I was just like really getting
the energy.
Everything you're saying, like, damn, I need a mentor for real when it comes to the fashion shit, because I do go in my ebbs and flows of like, okay, I'm gonna be in it to win it, and then I'm like, oh, fuck this shit.
Yeah, like, the financials or something of it.
The financials, but also just the motivation to understand that you don't need to have all the financials figured out to just make, let's say, a first a mock-up of whatever you have going on.
Right.
So I just try to like I'm trying to give myself more affirmations and motivation on it.
Yeah.
So that I can kind of get to the place I'm at. But I'm really proud of myself because graduating was a testament to my whole journey. So right now I'm just kind of getting back into my dancing.
Come on.
Getting back into my spirituality. Really just leveling up in those different ways. So I'm honestly proud of where I'm at now.
I love that. I love that you said that. Like,
how about you, Cyan?
Thank you.
Yeah. I love that you guys shared.
Yeah.
It like moves me so much hearing all of this. And like some parts I knew but didn't know. But I think for me in this journey now, I always had a relationship with grief, right? And I'm gonna try not to cry either because it's that deep, right? And whether it's grief of friendship, like the performative friendship ending that, or grief of losing someone you love. And that really shifted everything for me because growing up, we were mini spoiled. Like I was chunky. I became a chunky baby because my dad used to feed me all the time. What you want to eat? What you want to eat? Snacks. So I was third grade. I was full, honey. But it was giving girl cheeks down. But growing up into high school and having that first sense of grief after coming out, I really felt like how it was because I always wanted to, when I meet someone, I love on them. That's my thing. Like, even though I don't know you, if you may need anything, if you don't have anyone, I will be there. And I carry that energy throughout. But that reciprocation sometimes was missing. And I started that grief period too, right? And then I started to recognize that. And then I had a sense of being just out of North Carolina. I was over it. I was like, some of my friends already graduated, moved to college. I'm like, I don't really talk to nobody here, but I was fiending for an experience, a queer experience, something that made me feel right. And so going into college, dancing, it motivated me in a way where I can express myself. And then just like you with, a parent passing, I feel like we don't really talk about that as much. Especially in terms of grief. Like my experience when my father passed away, I had like a couple of days. And then I came back and I was back in school and I flunked some classes. I took a gap year because I physically could not be able to show up in that way.
Right.
And I went into real depression. I was smoking cigarettes. I felt like I couldn't live anymore. Because I felt like I was losing everything in that moment. And especially not having a proper conversation with my father before he passed. Yeah. Like I still have some of his voicemails in my phone and I can't listen to him because I'll cry. Right. But life is so short. Right. And I have had a sense of, wait, what am I actually doing on this planet?
Yeah.
What is really worth it? What is really worth it? And that kind of shifted my modality to not take into certain vices, to get back into my dancing, work on my body, increase my faith in God, my own relationship with God. And now I have become into a better place of understanding who I am in the spirit, how I connect with people. Because when you lose so much, it feels like, what is even the point of getting to know people or close? Because I don't like that feeling. I don't like that feeling. Yeah. And that has occurred often ever since my dad died. And then my aunt dying during COVID and seeing her go through hospice and having that experience. I had a lot of moments of dark energy, but I'm so thankful now being on the other side. Because I can wake up and I'm smiling, I'm happy.
In her big room.
In her big queen.
I see her apartment.
Because it's been trial and tribulations and I can now relax. And I'm so intentional now. It was foggy in my journey. I didn't know what exactly I wanted. I had a perception of it, of things I liked, but finding a real purpose was hard to do. But now I have that purpose and I know what I have to do. And I've been involved with grief work in the dancing body. And that's my mission on focusing on that. Because we're like, oh, you get your bereavement and then that's it. You have to go back to work. But I'm like, I'm not going to see this person for the rest of my life. Right. For all the things. So, and I'm so thankful that I have this. And I'm so thankful for y'all too. Part of this journey with me,
I really resonate with that. Like,
oh my God, all these tears.
Here I was saying, I'm gonna cry.
I know. Oh my
beat
God.
me to it. No, that's crazy. I do understand everyone's journey, and it is very important to have friends that understand it as well. Right. Because when you're trying to speak about something and somebody's like, I don't really know what you're talking about, we need that sense of familiarity again. Yeah, all works to God, honestly.
Okay.
Really be doing his big one. Somebody's working, but he's working harder.
Oh.
Hello? And it's not us, it's him. Bitch, me with my entendres, I don't know.
Come on, because if he's for you, who could be a get?
Uh-huh.
That's the way the fast is.
Come on now. Is that the bell?
So soon.
I
We
know.
will just get into it. I was just about to start crying with y'all. You know, just
Big ass
giving up for real.
Ooh.
We said-
Right.
Nah, I'm really
right.
not
Talk about
those.
you'll
They
get into the
said
tea,
that.
bitch. We got into the tea.
All night. But anyway, if y'all would like, please feel free to follow us and subscribe at these locations here.
Yeah.
And we have a double episode happening at our next season here in June. It's going to be a pride moment for us.
Ooh.
We're not going to get it. Yeah, defrosting. Hello. Come on, Mariah Carey.
I'm just gonna say is one of the guests so far we got is somebody you definitely are seeing all over your phone right now. Crazy.
Yeah.
Pride Month about to go crazy.
about to go.
I'm ready. I'm ready for that hot weather. I'm talking about queers, honey.
Ass and thongs and chaps and things. Ooh, no, I'm kidding. I'm a
I can
man.
see chaps. I can see chaps.
Yeah, oh, you could?
Yeah,
Not the
yeah,
chaps?
yeah. Talk, right, eating that up.
Nah, but thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you at the next episode.
Later.
Bye.
Cheers,
Bam.
episode 5.
Yeah, cheers, episode 5.
I don't got no more Prosecco.
Ooh, drink it down.